How's it going, YouTube? Dr. V here. How's it going, YouTube? Dr. V here once again, bringing you our Week 4 matchup for the PMC. We're up against Jspecks and the Hamden Hydreigons. So, a little something if you don't know. Me and Jspecks have now played 4 times. We've split the matches 2 each. And last 2 times we threw a little bit of shade at each other due to football, but I'm not gonna go there this week because last time I lost, so I'm not doing that. But yeah, definitely excited for this match. We've had some really great matches throughout our battles, so yeah, I'm excited to go up against the creator of the PMC this week. So if you didn't go watch the team builders, I suggest that you go and watch those really quick. But here from the preview, let's look what we got. We are bringing Darth Zana, our Regice, Darth Revan, our Weavile, Darth Tenebris, our Hydreigon, Darth Cognis, our Mega Blastoise, Darth Maul, our Terrakion, and Darth Bane, our Landorus. So he is bringing Gourgeist, Mega Gardevoir, Raikou, Arcanine, Blastoise, and Kyurem Black. So the only thing I wasn't fully expecting him to bring this week was that Blastoise. I was actually kind of hoping that he didn't, so we'll see what we can do about it. As I explained during the team preview, I'm not terribly worried about that Blastoise, but it could pose a bit of an issue if I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. So let's get started with this. Alright. So Jspecks has issued a challenge. So I am starting out with Darth Zana, our Regice. I felt it was a pretty solid lead against his team this week, as he starts out with Black Mamba, his Kyurem. So I don't know what he wants to do with this, but he does withdraw, as goes into Kael'basa, or his Arcanine. Sorry, I'm used to saying my Arcanine. The Intimidate obviously does nothing, as I go for the Focus Blast. It's about a 3-hit KO, but I'm not going to stay in here and just take a hit from this thing, as he switches out, wow, I am off today. I switch out to Darth Tenebris, our Hydreigon, and that does relatively nothing to us, and the Mummy takes effect. So yeah, he raised his speed, but I don't know what he wants to do really. So he does withdraw Kael'basa. We're sitting in a good spot as he goes into Believer, the Mega Gardevoir. So that's interesting, I guess. Knockoff obviously not gonna do much since you can't knock off Mega Stones, which I guess is fair, but at the same time, it'd be something if you can knock them off, right? So yeah, he obviously Mega Evolves. He goes for a Wish, which kind of surprises me. I wasn't expecting a Wish, as he avoids my Will-O-Wisp. That kind of sucks. I would have liked the individual damage, or residual damage. Wow, I cannot talk at all. I am sorry, guys. But yeah, I switch on to Darth Cognis, our Mega Blastoise. It can take a hit or two, but not very well, so I don't want to stay in against this thing, obviously. So that was a bad move on my part. I should have just gone straight out into Darth Zana, our Regice. That would have been the smarter move. As you can see, the Hyper Voice does relatively little damage to a Regice. As he goes out into Kael'basa again, the Arcanine. Now, here I just went for an Ice Beam. I should have gone for something else. I know that if I had gone for something else, it would have been a bit better. So I should mention, I did end up bringing the wrong Regice this week, unfortunately. Yeah, luckily the one I brought still had Focus Blast on it, but this Regice was definitely not the one that I meant to bring. As you could see from the Ice Beam wasn't a move that I had on here, but yeah, here he switches. I switched out into Mega Blasters to take a fire type move from Arcanine as he switched out, and then he switched out into this thing. But the toxic, it's okay that this thing got toxic. It was already relatively low in health, but Scald does almost nothing on this thing. So yeah, it kind of sucks that this thing's gonna go down, but it's what it has to be now. And the Ice Beam does take down this Gourgeist, which is really good for us. It means right now we've taken a 1-0 lead, but our Mega Blaster is about to go down here. We live on 1 HP, which is actually really good for us here. But he goes for the Protect with Believer. So, yeah. So we've seen Wish, Protect, Hyper Voice, and I don't know what his last move is yet. So, yeah, down goes Darth Clognus, unfortunately. That kind of sucks. But now we can go into Darthzana again. This thing is not going to hit us very well, so... yeah, he switches out into Kalabasa again, the Arcanine. At this point, I do know that 2 Ice Beams will take this thing out, so... But I do go for the Thunderbolt this week on it, which is... almost takes it out. If I had just had a little more special attack investment in this one, it would have taken it out, but... I think this one was a defensive Regice that I brought. I honestly don't even remember what sets this thing has. So, yeah, he goes on into Black Mamba, the Cure in Black. Now, this point, there's no point in really switching out, as he goes for a Fusion Bolt, and it does not take our Regice out. We actually live on 1 HP. I don't know what investment it had, but that was the right investment to have for this thing, as it takes down Black Mamba to the point where just about, I think even Night Shard from oh my god, I can't talk. Yeah, it takes down Black Mamba to the point where even a Weavile's Ice Shard will take it out, but there's no point in switching into there, so I go into Terrakion, our Choice Scarf Terrakion, as he goes into Triggered the Mega Blastoise to take the Iron Head. That does nothing, so I am going to switch out here. I don't want this thing to go down. It can just about take on the rest of his team, so apart from this. So he does get the burn with Darth Nebris, because of course I can't land a burn with Scald or Will-O-Wisp, but one will Will-O-Wisp me every single time, or a Scald will burn me almost every single time, so... But you know, that's Pokemon. He withdraws into Liger 0X, as... yeah, I went for the knockoff here, just to get a bit of extra damage off. So, did nothing. The Wise Glasses... okay, the Wise Glass Raikou. So I know it's not Scarf now, so I know that I can outspeed his entire team with my Choice Scarf Terrakion. The Shadow Ball does take us out, but now we are free to switch into Darth Bane, which had not been able to hit the field until now. He does go for a Hidden Power, and he does outspeed us due to not having the speed investment, but the Yache Berry takes the damage enough to the point where an Earth Power will take this thing out, so goodbye Liger Zero. You were my favorite Zoid, but the crit didn't matter. It was a one-hit KO no matter what, so... yeah, he switches on to Black Mamba, so... I should naturally be able to outspeed this thing unless it's Scarfed, and it does outspeed us, which means that it is Scarfed at this point, so I'm not really worried about it anymore, since I know that it can't defeat... I know that Darth Maul will outspeed it, so I am just going to go for a close combat here. There is no point in not going for it, as the little arrow keeps flying in and out of the screen. So, yeah, close combat, there we go. That did actually a lot more than I thought to this thing, so it's a 2-hit KO. No point in not going for another close combat. So, there we go. This thing is down. I was expecting a defensive one, so I thought that it might be overall anti-hit KO, but it's not. So he does switch out into Black Mamba again. Yeah, not much he can really do to this. So yeah, there's goes the Cure in Black. Darth Maul picking up two kills in his debut. Not bad so far. Obviously, close combat's not going to take out this Mega Gardevoir, so yeah, that's yeah, it does not very much damage, and at this point, really, Hyper Voice will just destroy this thing. So good for us. Yeah, this is good for us. Darth Raven can come in and finish this thing off. So he goes for a Protect, which I find a little odd. I'm not sure why. But I'm just going to go for the Icicle Crash now. If I had missed the Icicle Crash, I would have probably cried a little bit. But the Icicle Crash here does take this thing out. Like I said, it was a one-hit KO on most of his team. So we do win a narrow 1-0 victory over Jspecks. So good game, Jspecks. Hopefully I get to face you again this season in the playoffs or something, but for now we did get the win, and now we have the upper hand on our matchups with him, so we finally have a winning record against someone, guys. So that's good for us. So yeah, until next time, guys. Until next time, bye.